How do you want to open this bad boy?
I don't even know. I feel like I'm not, maybe I'm not bad at opening these, but I feel like I never know what to say. Like my brain shuts down. And then
Well, what is this 15?
yeah.
This is 15. All right, hello everyone. Well, let there be light, and also let there be another episode of your favorite podcast, Waves on the Shore, with myself and Jaron here today.
Heck yeah.
We got a few things lined up. Obviously, this is the first podcast of 2022. Technically, if you want to get technical, it's the second, but that episode was recorded right before the new year and came out on the 1st. This is the first one being recorded in the context of 2022. Yeah, we've got some stuff. We got albums we're looking forward to. We've got what we're listening to. And at the end, because there's no new music really, we've got a tier list. That took me a second to think of the name. We have a tier list of every song on Dangerous because it's been a year since Dangerous. There's no releases to talk about yet. So we're like, heck yeah, let's do a tier list of every song on Dangerous. It's going to get spicy. But yeah, for now, we're going to open it up with albums we are looking forward to in 2022. Albums we are excited for. Now, I have a video about this very topic up on the channel now. You can go check it out. And so I will kind of let you take the reins, similar to how it was with the end of year stuff, because I've given my thoughts. So I'm gonna I'll chime in and everything, and there's a few I'll throw in and stuff. But for the most part, I'll kind of let you take over here.
Well, first off, some of these are like coming out soon, and then some of these that I'm gonna name off are just kind of like, who knows if it'll ever happen? Hopefully it will. Who knows? So, I guess, let me start with this. The one I'm most excited for, or I guess I should say the one I'm hoping actually happens, because at this rate, I'm getting worried that it won't, is a Josh Turner studio album. That isn't, like, I don't want another... I like the gospel album. I really like the covers album. The Christmas album isn't bad, but it's just, I think I was just disappointed because I just want some original,
some new stuff.
I just need some new stuff to just sink my teeth into, and Josh just, I'm glad he's doing his thing, and he seems to like what he's doing, but I need that album. Like, I need it, please. What's the one I'm excited for next? Probably, honestly, probably Randall King, because I know
and that one's announced.
Yeah,
March
and that
18th.
one is, March. I'm very interested because I love his debut album. His Leanna EP is probably, honestly, the best EP I've ever heard, except for, well, honestly, it might be better than
Tennille Downs.
Well, no. No. The Flatland Cavalry EP. What's it called?
Come May. Yes.
Because Come May is a really strong EP. And so is Midland Sunrise.
Last Resort.
Last Resort, that's what it's called. But I honestly think Randall King might have them beat. I think Leanna's just really, really good.
Leanna has Hey Moon, and Hey Moon has a decent case to be my favorite Randall King song.
It has Hey Moon, it has
Taking It As It Comes, I believe.
It has I'll Fly Away. His cover of I'll Fly Away. It has Taking It As It Come, it has Around Forever. And it's got like, it's a sad EP, and maybe that's why I like it so much, but it's just so it's so beautiful. I don't know. It's probably one of my favorite pieces of country music in like the last decade, honestly.
Dang. He likes the Randall King EP.
Well, no, I think it's honestly
it is really good. I'm not like I'm not sitting here saying like,
Yeah.
Clown likes the Randall King EP. What's going on?
What's honestly, I mean, this isn't like a. I think we'll be getting a Tennille Towns album either at the beginning of at the end of the year or the beginning of next year, because she released.
She's got that new single coming.
Well, she does have a new single coming, but she also released "The Girl Who Didn't Care" during this past summer.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's just like a one-off single, or if that's actually going to be on the album. I wonder, because sometimes artists will like release a song 2 years ahead of an album.
I don't really get that, because by then it's like
Parker McCollum did it with like a
Pretty
he
Heart.
just kind of like he threw Pretty Heart and Like a Cowboy on his EP. You know, and we were all just like, I mean, these songs are good. Actually, sorry, I'm actually not the biggest Pretty Heart fan.
I think we've been over that, yeah.
I'm a Like a Cowboy stan, actually, but I Pretty Heart isn't a bad song. I just don't like it.
I wonder what like the longest time a single has been pulled to an album, because like I know like New Light by John Mayer, that was a 2018 single, and then it got added to Sob Rock, the album, which is 2021. I
didn't
know,
realize that. Well, didn't it take 5 years for Garth Brooks' new album to come out? And he had a single.
Garth.
He had a single with Blake Shelton, right? It was like Dive.
Oh,
you could only hear it
Dive
on
Bar.
the radio.
Yeah,
Dive Bar.
but it was on the radio all the time. Oh, how did that go again? I'm trying to remember.
I actually kind of dug it.
I didn't mind it. My brother did not like it. I didn't mind it
because I used to listen to the radio, like on the way to school with my dad.
Even then, it wouldn't be on the radio anymore. So it's like, what, are you gonna go to his like foreign booky little enter your credit card information to listen to Garth Brooks? Like,
yeah, Garth is an enigma.
What were we just talking about?
We've been talking about.
Oh, right. No, I was gonna look something up. I swear, Kenny Chesney. There was a while back, kind of just all of us in the Discord were just kind of going through Kenny Chesney music, and he's got, I think it's, the Tin Man.
Not Miranda Lambert's Tin Man.
No, maybe it's only on the 2. Oh, okay. Kenny Chesney is a song, The Tin Man. I thought it was on more than 2 albums, but it's on both of his first 2 albums, but they also came out in 94 and 95. But I just remember listening to it, I'm like, wait, you literally had this song on the other album. But I feel like that also kind of got me thinking, because it made me realize, like, back selling hard copies, it's like, if you want to get people to buy the whole CD, you need something they're going to like. So if you have a tried and tested song, throw it on and people are more likely to like. So you kind of, I've seen that a few times now because I paid attention, where it's like an artist will have the same song on like multiple albums. Like if they were older, back in like the 80s and 90s and stuff. But yeah, I wonder if someone just had an absolute trooper of a song that's on like 7 albums or something. But
that is interesting.
Comment if you know any, or message us if you know, like, what's an absurdly long time between a single and the album?
I honestly didn't know the New Light came out 3 years. But I also wouldn't know, because I actually really, like, I had heard John Mayer songs.
Oh, dude, I'm a 2021 John Mayer fan.
Yeah,
like, I didn't find him till, like, right at the start of the year. Kind of like around the same time I found Ernest, in that, like, January, February area.
Yeah.
So
the thing is, I knew about him. Like, I knew who he was. I just never listened to his music.
I'm going to be very honest. I always knew his name. Like, John Mayer was just a name I felt super familiar with. But I didn't know what he looked like. I didn't even know what genre he was. I just knew he was a musician. And then 2021 changed that. He was, like, my second most listened to artist this year. So, yeah.
All right, I'll do one more.
What's the next one you got on the back burner?
I know Hayley Wooders has an album coming out soon, and I'm interested in it, but I'm not like some like big Hayley Wooders fan. But I'm interested. I'll say I'm interested. I'm actually really interested in Brent Cobb's album that's coming out this month.
In like 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Oh shoot, the Lumineers. I talked.
Oh yeah,
about
you wanted to talk about the Lumineers.
the Lumineers' fourth album is coming out in 2 days.
Check's
Um,
watch for the date.
yeah. I
Sorry,
actually.
I just got a comment. It just popped up on my screen like a notification from YouTube, and someone commented on like the albums I'm excited for. You forgot about Hardy. No, I didn't. It's just I didn't forget.
Savagery.
If first of
I'm
all,
gonna watch that video tonight. Actually.
although actually, if A Rock was 2020, he wasn't that like he kind of gave away the authoritative role on Hicks tape. So I guess 2022, we could be looking at a new Hardy album,
Yeah.
which I want to be excited for, but I'm
Oh.
also gonna just end up being more skeptical.
Hey, real quick, we might have talked about this before, but I'm curious. How do you feel about Blurry?
So I knew the original. I had heard the original song before. I
Puddles of Mud.
I wasn't like super familiar with it, but I was like, I've definitely heard this before. And I mean, you know how I am. I don't typically cling to like the heavy rock.
Yeah.
So-
It's his version is very much up my wheelhouse, and I know people like to hate on it because I've seen them do it. Like people can lie to my face and say that they haven't hated on that, but I really really like it, and I think a lot of people think it's bad, which is you can have that opinion, but I actually really like it. Anyway,
I think it's good for what it is. It's just not my type.
sure. Yeah,
I wouldn't go to
I
Blurry.
know that. So that is.
But yeah, that's no offense to whoever commented that. If you're listening, I just found it funny that it just popped up while we were talking. I was like, okay, I have to throw this in. Continue. The Lumineers coming out this
Okay.
Friday.
Oh, that's right. I was talking about the Lumineers. There's another one I want to talk about after the Lumineers, and we'll do that real quick. Okay, Lumineers, is super super good. I think Grady likes the Lumineers, which is understandable because they are an amazing band. I love their lyricism.
That's someone I need to get into because he always
My-
talks so highly of them, and I only
my
know
fa-
like 2 songs.
My favorite song by them is "Classy Girls," and it's not like it's a weird song because there's not really a chorus. It's one of those songs that doesn't really have a chorus. It's like this. It's just this kind of this. It's like It's basically a conversation between two people in a bar, and it's this really. It makes me happy. Like normally, you know me. I'm a sad boy. I like sad music, right? But there's something about it. It's like almost like childish, or like maybe it gives off this naive sense of confidence, I guess, in a way, because this guy's trying to impress this girl, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm so cool," like that kind of thing, and I just really like that song. But
I've
there's a lot
downloaded the
like-
new album. Or I've pre-saved
Okay.
it, so I remember to listen
Okay.
to it because he always talks so highly, and that's one of those groups I always say I'm gonna listen to, and then I just never get to.
Well, honest,
So,
okay.
It's
thing
in
is,
my
all their
library
albums are
now.
Good. And I think you'll like their third album a lot because because their third album is called 3, but it's not just called 3 because it's their third album. It's in 3 different chapters, and it basically it tells this big story. So you have to pay attention to lyrics. But it's good. I know Grady liked it, and I think there's music videos on YouTube that help tell the story.
That's one. Oh, don't even tell me. I lost my train of thought there. Talking about the Lumineers. We're talking about. Frick!
What?
Bro, I
What is it?
totally had something to say, and it just. As soon as I opened my mouth, it was like, alright, pack the bags, catch the next flight out of this clown's head.
Okay. Well,
alright, I forget.
I'm gonna continue then.
Yeah, just continue.
We're leaving that in.
Jaron switched rooms, so there is now traffic at the camera.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm actually really excited for this album. Mostly because it caught me off guard because they announced it a couple months ago, but I was like, oh yeah, the Lumineers exist, just because I hadn't heard about them in a little while. And I pre-ordered like this cream orange vinyl, like limited edition, and I'm really excited to get that. And I also pre-ordered the deluxe edition.
Oh.
Or no, it's not I think it's the Target, because Target and like specific stores have like their specific like versions or whatever.
On the
But,
topic
like,
of vinyls,
I'm really excited to get those.
I
What?
have one cool thing. Obviously, like, I got a record player. It's quite cool. But my friend, he was the one who convinced me to get a record player. He's like, for someone as invested in music as you are, I'm shocked you don't have one. So I got one and I use it. But he gave me like a massive, not massive. He gave me like 15 records to try out.
Dang.
I've just been kind of
I mean,
I know that's a
it's more
pretty
than I
good
have.
amount. It's a pretty good amount. So I've just been.
Are they like actually good albums though, or are they just like?
It crosses everything. Like we're going from Bruce Hornsby to Bon Iver to Post Malone. Like he has.
Okay.
So it's a variety. I'm also realizing I'm gonna show the Post Malone one, but I'm now realizing how like my setup is just, at least what you can see on camera, is just not country in the slightest at all. Like all my stuff is like off camera.
Yeah.
I've got Jordans behind me. I've got my Blonde poster, a Mac Miller poster. What you can't see is all my, like, I got a Midland poster there.
Fair,
I've got
neither of us own cowboy boots or anything like that.
Neither of us own cowboy boots. I got brown Air Forces. I got that Walker Hayes kind of thing, but I got the lows because that's just.
I'm not gonna get it, but on my hangers, on one of my hangers, I have a hand tailored cowboy belt with a hand tailored buckle with a horse on it. That's the most redneck thing I own.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to adjust it. But yeah, all my like country memorabilia is just not in this frame. Regardless, what I was going to show is, oh good grief, I have university stuff.
Oh come on, Evan.
Ah, get off.
Guys, Evan's looking kind of dummy thick today.
Oh yeah, this is the one vinyl I do actually own. Like he bought me this one for Christmas. Okay. So, oh, it's okay. Thankfully, it's right on top here. Okay, it's like. By the way, I have my headphones off, so I can't hear you. But
yeah, I know.
It's Stoney, which is Post Malone's first album. No, I know you're saying something. It's Stoney, which is Post Malone's first album. Kind of like.
You better not edit out what I said while you.
I won't. I'll have to hear when I go edit it. It's a great listen straight through. But this is not the deluxe. So the bummer part of this is it doesn't have Feeling Whitney, which is like I would buy Feeling Whitney on its own vinyl as a single, but it's not on here because it's not the deluxe. But the it's like a limited orange one. It just looks sick. Ooh. It's got all sorts of jazz going on here.
I got a couple of records that are like I do have Dangerous on vinyl, and the vinyl for that one that I have, oh that's nice. Oh, and it's got like a
marble pattern in it. Bro, yeah, listeners are just like, what the frick's going on?
Yeah, well,
apologies,
if you're
listeners.
And you want to see this,
go to the YouTube channel. I got a like marble neon, not neon, but like a
that's a nice
tangerine.
That's, a nice that's really nice.
It's very nice. And you know what? Just to make people happy,
I have a red. Because I have the Top Gun soundtrack on vinyl. That one's red, and then I have "And" by Air Church, which is white and purple, which is really cool.
Oh, true. I can get "And" now. You know.
Yeah, you could.
Unless it's sold out.
Well, you might have to. It might be a little difficult to get a hold of. I don't really.
I'll do my best. I'll see what I can.
Yeah.
But and you know what? I'm gonna switch one other thing to make people happy, so I don't just have like a completely like. I'm gonna try and make my background a little fancier.
Right now?
This isn't even. Oh, bro, that ain't even straight. That's embarrassing. Okay.
Can't even tell. This guy, look at.
And I'm gonna set that one up later because to try and put one on over my camera's not gonna work.
Are you talking about this man's fit right now? This man's always wearing gray, black, and white.
Where is it?
Always. Come on, Evan. You need some better drip, bro.
There's my Midland poster. There it is. I'll have to work on my background. Y'all should.
All right, let's wrap up this segment.
Yeah. We'll get it moving.
All right. Anyway, you guys should listen to Lumineers. That comes out. Well, by the time this comes out, it will be out. So listen to that, and I hope it's good because I don't know if. Well, the singles have been good. There are 3 singles that have come out. I have one more thing to say. Randy Houser. I want another banger from him.
That's true. Was Magnolia his last album?
Yes, because Magnolia was his last album,
That was
and I
2019,
love that
right?
album so much, like so much. And it's one of my favorite album covers. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before.
Grady
Love
does
it.
not approve.
I
Grady
thought
hates that album cover.
does he not like it?
Nah, he thinks
I
it's
mean,
like a weird drawing. I like it. I think it's really clean.
I don't think it's. I know we talked in the comments section, but like, I just don't. I think it's really pretty. Like,
I'm on
whatever.
your side.
Get off that. But I just want to see what he does next, and I really hope that he continues on this direction of I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah, I also
And
had
then, like,
someone.
this journey of self discovery and like or rediscovery, I guess, because that's kind of what Magnolia was about,
Yeah,
rediscovering himself.
I
So
had
I'm really excited about that. So honestly, move that to number one.
the Randy Houser.
Yeah,
I tell you
well,
what, after Magnolia,
yeah,
if Randy Houser wants to put out an album,
yeah.
bring it on.
Yeah.
One other thing, I'm throwing in because Haley Witters. I don't know if I just missed it or if it was like just announced recently, but I found out via comments she has an album coming out, like Jaron said. So that's also one that's not in the video, what I'm looking forward to. And then someone messaged me on Instagram, Dylan, if you listen to the podcast, how do you do? And he said, I'm just sharing this because it's new to me. Chase Rice has an album dropping in 2022, and apparently during an interview, he said he switched up his production team and was saying how he doesn't want his stuff to be pop influenced anymore. So, just question marks. I'm
to that.
open to hear it. Just news.
Yeah, I'm interested in that, but I feel like we've heard similar things from Sam Hunt before, right? Not the exact same thing, but
Yes.
It was like, yeah. So, like grain of salt, grain of salt.
Let's see where he takes it. He can follow through.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
I mean,
interested. At the very least, I'm intrigued. Let's say
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. All right.
So now we're gonna move on to what are we listening to? We've both got an album that we've been listening to a lot.
Evan, what are you listening to?
Am I going first? Well, I'll tell you what I'm listening to, and I'm gonna pull it up because I do every time, and it's not gonna focus. Oh, maybe.
You're gonna go first because your album is more predictable and less interesting than mine. And I'm pretty sure you haven't listened to my album before, and mine is a banger.
Predictable and less interesting. You're gonna talk down about mine like that.
I actually, if I had found the time, I was going to listen to your album. By the way, we should say what the album is.
Did we? Are you
camera,
thinking of a different one?
What album?
I am bringing The Fugitives, The Promise
my
of
bad.
Strangers. What were you under the impression I was bringing?
Yesterday you told me you were just gonna bring the Weeknd album.
No, I just said The Weeknd put out an album.
No, but you said you were listening to it. You said you were addicted to it. So I thought, whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm not bringing that here.
I'm an idiot.
But no, I'm bringing
Man,
The Promise of. I was like, this not to try and earn my cred on the podcast, or something, but I was like, this is some underground Canadian band. All right, I will continue. So I am bringing an album from a Canadian band called The Fugitives. All credit goes to my brother. He's the one who showed me them. He's like, he didn't even necessarily show me them. He was just playing it in the car, and I was like, dang, I need to write this down.
I think you've mentioned them to me before.
I put them on my story because I was loving it. They've got 5 albums. The Promise of Strangers is their second most recent. It is from the year of 2018, and it's I was debating bringing their Trench Songs album, which is also really cool. It's a concept album of stories from soldiers in World War I from a Canadian standpoint, and all the different people like the Indigenous, the long-time Canadians, all their stories in war, which translates to some pretty cool music. But I've been listening to their Promise of Strangers album more. It's
They're very, very small, very local. It looks like they have 5 albums, but their biggest song only has 28,000 streams on Spotify.
Is that Northern Lights?
It is their bigger than Luck, 28,476 streams.
Huh.
I don't know.
So the one I got introduced to is Northern Lights, which on Apple is their most popular one, but we know how Apple is. Anyways, how would I describe their sound? It's like very very folky. It's pretty much folk music. It's almost got like, see, I almost want to say bluegrass, but it doesn't have the twang of bluegrass. It doesn't have like, it sounds like cold bluegrass, like what you'd expect from Canadian bluegrass, I guess. What kind of elephant step just occurred above me? Okay, my whole ceiling just creaked. Anyways, it's a really cool album. It's got lots of great songs, but my favorite has to be Northern Lights. It's also one of the most popular. I think it's incredibly catchy. They've got a lot of harmonies, and it's mostly just how intricately woven all the instrumentals are. They've got a lot of instruments going on. I don't know how many members are in the band. I think there's 4. I could be wrong because I haven't looked into them too much other than listening to their music, but it provides a very full sound, and a random doesn't really add much, but I love the cover art of this album. It's very simple, but I also think it's like the most fitting cover art because this is the kind of music I will listen to while walking around at nighttime.
Looks like there's 4 of them.
Alone. I'm pretty sure there's 4. 2 guys and 2 girls, unless I'm mistaken, or maybe it was 3 guys and a girl.
Like 3 guys and 1 girl. That's what it looks like.
But yeah, it's Fugitives. I've been just listening to their most recent 2 albums a lot.
Like, so the Promise of I'll say Promise of Strangers because this one seems really interesting. I mean, they both sound interesting, but I actually kind of like I like the cover art of this one.
Yeah, so I
Promise of Strangers.
Just said.
I'm agreeing.
Yeah, I think like I said, it just reflects the environment I would listen to this album in. It's great late night vibes. It's super fun. It's super rootsy, and it's Canadian. Frick all of you. We got a Canadian. There's some Canadian accent.
That might be the most aggressive I've ever seen a Canadian get.
What's the most aggressive I've ever seen a Canadian get? Probably quite aggressive, but.
All right.
Yeah, that's my album.
My album is one that I know at least probably some of you listeners have heard of. I've never heard Evan talk about it. At least I don't think I have. And if he has, then either I didn't watch a video he did or I was ignoring him. This album is I own it. So I'm gonna go grab it. It's a flex. I bought it a couple days before I came back home for college.
All right. For listeners, Jaron's getting his CD. What do I say? I have so much power right now. Cause like he's I don't know what he said when oh dang it.
I put my earbuds in.
Plump biscuit.
So it's wait, what?
No.
You talking trash again? You talking trash?
No, I would never dare.
Okay. It's only fair. This is Sam Williams, grandson of Hank Williams.
I've definitely heard some people talk about this guy.
The reflection of whatever. Where is that like? Whatever. You can't really see it very well because
I've definitely heard people talk about him. I have not checked him out, but I've definitely heard people talk about this guy.
My only thing is that like I had in the Discord, I'd heard a couple people mention him occasionally, right? But like there wasn't this big movement around it, which I don't understand because this album came out last year. Like, so if I had listened to this even just 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks before the new year, this would have been in my top 10. Like, that's how good this album is. So that's frustrating. That's slightly frustrating to me because somebody should have forced me to listen to this sooner. I'm gonna be real with you.
Looks interesting.
I'm gonna be real with you. The photography, I like the colors of this album art, right? But the photography, like just the pictures, kind of just I'm not a huge fan of. But
I was gonna say that it feels a little like there's just something off about it.
Yeah. But I like the colors that they're going for. But anyway, I should talk about the album a little bit because
the music
itself. Yeah. This is one of them. This is the most surprised I've been in a while. Because I was kind of scared. just because I didn't really know what to expect. All I knew that he was Hank Williams' grandson, and I knew that Joe liked the album a lot. I think he gave it like a 9 out of 10. So I was like, well, I trust Joe's taste in music.
Joe's
I mean,
just an elite human.
yeah,
I would take Joe's advice on anything.
obviously, like where our taste isn't going to be exactly the same, but we generally there's a lot of overlap with stuff we like. So, I listened to this album, and honestly, it's amazing. Like, I'm gonna say this, and this is saying a lot because Morgan Wade's album was my second.
Would you put it above Morgan
two.
Wade?
I would put it. It would be number 2, and Morgan Wade would be 3 for my top 10.
That's interesting because I'm not gonna lie. Looking at the like few promo pictures I can see, he honestly like. This is no offense because I have no knowledge of the guy other than his like background.
I don't know much about him.
Is like he looks like he looks like an industry plant. He looks like this is Hank Williams' son. This is Hank Williams' grandson.
The thing
is, blah 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 blah, and then it's gonna sound like Maren Moore's or something.
Yeah, the thing is, that is what he would be because he's signed to a major label. He's signed to UMG Nashville, I think.
But to back it up like that has me very intrigued.
The thing is that, like his grandfather, he's doing his own thing, which is a very outlaw thing to do. Like, his music isn't outlaw, but, like, everybody regards Hank as this, like, it's Hank Williams, Like,
he's like the father of not following rules.
Yeah, and so, in the sense that he's doing his own thing and doing it really well, I see that as like really awesome because he didn't feel obligated to do what his.
How would you describe like what's the music kind of like? It's listed as country.
It's not country at all. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say not country at all, but it is. I could compare it to Morgan Wade's album because it's very alternative rock.
Okay.
But I think it's even less country than Morgan Wade's Reckless is. His voice is very much not twangy at all, and there is like some.
It's okay. My album's like the opposite of twang. Well, what's like American accent is twang. What's the Canadian accent?
I don't even know.
We don't have twang. We have reverse twang. We have like tway.
Not all, but like, what is an American accent? Because every freaking state talks different. Because like
that's true. But you know what's funny?
Midwest talks a certain way, and then you got people from New York who talk
the Bernie accent.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is like geographically, I'm not very far from the States. Like, I don't think anyone in Canada is. Like, 90% of our population lives within 100 kilometers of the border. But, sure. Like, the States is not an hour drive from where I am. So, like, when you go over, though, there's such a difference in the accent. Like, I don't think...
It's that border, because...
I know, but it's like, I don't think I have an accent. You would have to be the one to tell me.
I'm okay. I mean, I'll tell you right now, unless somebody heard you say the word out, like, say the word out right now.
Like about? Like that one?
Yeah. That's a dead giveaway right there.
I guess, but like...
But no, you talk like... The thing is, us Americans and Canadians, we're not so different.
But that's the thing, when you go over to the States, right, they're talking like they're from Tennessee or something. It's like... My man, we are not that far apart, and I got people like living where I am with like heavy Canadian accents.
Bruh,
like,
I know what state is near where you live, and if they sound redneck to you, then
I would not be ready for like this. Like I have family that lives in Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, and when they moved down there, my uncle, he was a car mechanic. He's like, I couldn't understand what people were asking me to do half the time.
Yeah, you say it's North or South Carolina? I mean, it's
I actually don't know, but yeah,
okay.
It's just funny that
I've been to both
we're
of
right
those,
there, and yet there's
very
heavy.
different than where I'm from. So
yeah, it's funny because there's like some heavy Canadian accents where I am, and then you drive 45 minutes and bang.
How did we get on this?
We were talking about your voice. His voice didn't have twang.
Yeah,
we need to get back to Sam Williams, Glass House Children.
Anyway, I haven't barely talked about the music.
The music, yeah.
It's hard for me to describe because okay, I think I've already said it, but think alternative rock, but like really, really, really good. I don't know how else to describe it. So like, there's some songs that really stand out and wow, like I'm surprised to say this, but the Keith Urban song.
I was gonna say I saw a Keith Urban feature. Might
be the best song on this album, or maybe like top 3. Like it's up there.
Okay.
But the thing is, he doesn't have like his own like he's just like doing backing vocals. I think. Like he doesn't actually.
Is there like a guitar riff he's part of?
And then the song with Dolly Parton is really beautiful, and really interesting. Like it's like it kind of blew me away the first time. I was like, that's Dolly Parton. I didn't realize she was on the album. The first time I listened to this album I bought it because what happened was I was in a store, there was a sale. I'd heard about this album and I was like, wow, I was kind of surprised that I found it here because it's not like a massive artist, right? And so I texted Joe on Discord and he was like, take my word for it, you won't regret it. So I bought it, and then 2 days later I popped it in my car.
Is this Joe Warren or is this Father Joe?
Father Joe.
Oh, okay. I was thinking.
Yeah. So
that's even more credible then.
Yeah. So and honestly, quite frankly, I'm surprised that some people like this album so much because I know some people aren't the biggest fan of Reckless, and I've heard. I don't know. I highly recommend this album. I should wrap this up.
I've got it downloaded.
My favorite song off of this album is 10-4. And my second favorite is probably Wild Girl. And then my third is probably Kids with Keith Urban. That run right there.
5, 6, 7.
It's it's really good. All right.
Cool. So, Dangerous. Wow. That was stupid. Viewers of the...
I choked on my water.
Wow. Viewers will see a big change. Listeners do not, but it will still be fine for you. But by all means, you can check this out on YouTube if you would prefer. We now have a tier list pulled up. And in this tier list, there are 32 songs. All 32 songs from Dangerous. And me and Jaron are going to spend the rest of this podcast arguing over where they go. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Arguing.
Never mind. Continue.
Arguing over where they go. So, yeah. Audio listeners, you'll be fine. Viewers, you get the treat of seeing the actual tier list. Jaron, why don't you run us through our tiers?
All right. So, well, should we start from bottom to top?
Go bottom to top.
Okay. So for our bottom track, our F tier, not track. Why did I say track? My brain's shutting down. I'm tired. All right. Bottom tier is makes new truck sound good.
In hindsight, that might be a misleading title because.
Oh, you're right.
nothing on this album makes new trucks sound good. So but we're gonna have to put. There's 32 things. There's gonna have to be some in the bottom tier.
Yeah.
To clarify, we went for some funny names. So if we put something in the bottom tier, we probably don't think it makes new trucks sound good. That's just the name of the tier.
Yeah. It doesn't literally elevate new truck. It's just
it's a bottom tier Dangerous song.
Tier. Yeah. All right, and then above that tier, for the D tier, we have shitty ass country.
I like this tier. This is a great play on a song we will get to. Spelt with the dollar signs and everything before you ask.
For this next tier, spent a lot of time trying to come up with something.
Just to go with the bottom of the barrel one.
And honestly, all we could think of was "Does the Job." So
it's a good song.
Kind of fitting. It's kind of fitting because it's about mid, right? It's like run of the mill.
It's just
right?
there.
So,
we're not gonna skip it, but we're also not gonna like hunt it down when looking at this album. We're not gonna go straight to it.
And then for B tier, we have Boot Stomper, right? So those are gonna be your bangers, but like not like certified trailer hood classics, which is the number. No, sorry, not the number. Which is the A tier, which is our A tier. So you want to get into it?
I think we shall.
Okay.
So very first up, Sand in My Boots.
Sand in My Boots. I'm curious. Where are you? What's your first thought for this one?
So I think it's a low-level boot stomper.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
cause like we're gonna order it, so like it'll go from like
what? I'm recording.
Oh, you're good. It'll go from best of the tier to worst, and I think Sand in My Boots. I think it's a good song. I like the Dangerous Sessions version more.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's, when all is said and done, I would put it as a low-level boot stomper.
Wait, hold up. Isn't the Dangerous Session technically on the album?
Yes, but I think we're doing the studio version here.
Okay, fair enough.
So what would you say?
Honestly, when you said low boot stomper, I agree. I know some people love this song, and it might hurt them for us to not put it on certified trailer hood classic, but I like it a lot, and I think it's one of the better songs, but
it's not that like bang. It's a very good song. But I do think in a way it's almost been a little overhyped. Like,
sure, yeah.
In my opinion. But that's not to say I think it was a bad song being portrayed as good. I think it's a very solid song being portrayed as great. So put it in Boot Stomper.
Boot Stomper, and it's like a B.
It'll shift down. It'll shift down.
So it'll be like it's like a B Boot Stomper minus.
Yeah.
and just a reminder, these tiers are in the context of the album.
Yes.
I know we've already said that, but I just want to state that clearly. All right, Wasted on You. I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to go ahead. I think it does the job. I'm not...
I was going to say the same thing.
Okay.
I don't think we have any arguments there.
Then I don't think we need to say much else about that. I like it. I don't hate it.
It does the job.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not remarkable. Somebody's Problem. This is an interesting one.
What are you thinking?
I'm going to go...
Bro, what is going on with my... There we go.
I was going to say, I think Boot Stomper above Sand in My Boots. That's what I think. I
can agree with that.
I really like this song from the moment the demo got leaked. It was one of those ones where I like downloaded the like minute-long demo.
Sure.
I really like it. Now, this is where we're on to more surprise than me. This is where I might have a hot take. No.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Do you really like it?
I really like it.
Oh, no. See, I don't think there's been a song fade on me as much as More Surprised Than Me.
Wow.
Which, like...
Thinking, then?
So here's the thing.
Here.
Here's the thing, right? You said it's in the context of the album. So it's like, do I think this is a shitty-ass song? No. No, I still think it's an alright song.
Oh my goodness. You want to put it, it's below Wasted on You?
Yeah, as far as within Dangerous, because there has to be songs in each tier, or else there would be like maybe 2 in D tier, nothing in the bottom. So I think in the context of the album, working with these 32 songs, I think it's a bottom rung. I do. Tom is gonna murder me because he loves that song.
But we have to find a middle ground here.
Where were you gonna put it?
Okay, well, I'd honestly probably put it in Boot Stomper. I didn't actually think it was
top of Boot Stomper. You think?
No, like in probably. Well, thing is, if you think it belongs in D tier, right? So maybe do you want to put it just below Wasted on You as a compromise?
See, I'll let you go a little higher, because the thing is, I don't actually have an issue with the song. I actually think it's like a pretty good song, especially when you stack it up against other ones, but it's just like, it's just faded on me. I haven't I don't
Okay.
really have a
I'm gonna
desire
put it
to
above
listen to
Wasted
it.
on You then. On Does the Job.
Yeah, and as we progress in the list, things may shuffle, and I would be open.
We can.
Actually,
there's
no,
some
I
other
think we
things.
keep it in Does the Job. 865.
Okay.
Do
I
it.
like it.
Do
What?
it.
What? I think I know where you want me to put it, but
Where do you want it? Where do you want it?
I think here.
I thought you were going for the. I thought you were going for Does the Job. I was like, oh.
No,
You think
no,
it's?
I just.
You
I
think
had to
it's
think
not
about
better than 865? Or wait, you think it's
Then
not
Somebody's
better than
Problem.
Somebody's Problem?
Okay. I will. Okay. Well, I guess here, since I'll put it here, because I like them about the same.
Okay.
So let me.
I
let me
think
put-
it's better.
Is that? Okay.
I was going to put it there there like the bottom Trailer Hood Classic.
Oh, for our listeners, we're talking about B tier right now. We keep saying there.
Oh,
Which I'm-
true. We'll be more
Yeah.
specific moving forward.
Yeah.
That can shuffle around, but I like how that is now.
Okay. So yeah, we have 865 at the top currently,
Yes.
which I'm okay with because I like 865. I just know I know a lot of people really really like it, and I don't. I like it just a little bit less than most people, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I
So
still like it.
warning.
D tier. I don't hate Warning, but also if you're reacting, I can't really see you 'cause I'm on tap.
No, you're good. You're good. I don't know. See, like, warning's one of those.
I said, I don't hate it, but in the context of the rest of the album, I'm not a huge.
I almost think, it's tough because I almost feel like, don't know if I prefer Warning, like beside Wasted on You and Warning, the two like kind of out there
They are
ones.
kind of similar, actually.
Between the two, I don't know which one I'd choose, which would lead me to want to put it in Does the Job, but
Okay, personally, I think I like Wasted on You more, but not by much.
I think.
So if you wanted to, we could put this behind Wasted on You, or
I think we put it
What are you
in
thinking?
D tier for now.
Okay.
And we can see this. These next two are where we're gonna spice each other up a little bit. This is one.
All right, where do you think Neon Eyes goes? Let's just get straight to the point. Where do you think it goes?
It's either top of Boot Stomper, or it's Certified Trailer Class. That's me. I love Neon Eyes. Y'all know I had it as like
I like it.
one of my favorite songs of the year. So
I can get on board with Top of Boot Stomper.
we can
can
go
agree
there.
there.
As we get further into the list, I'm gonna try and campaign for that to go up. But
This is gonna kill me.
it is not a Certified Trailer Classic. Listeners, Jaron has just dragged Outlaw straight to
Outlaw.
Certified Trailer Hood Classic. I will not allow it.
S tier. We don't even have an S tier. Outlaw is S tier.
I am gonna be that guy who prefers Wasted on You.
What? You want me to put this below Wasted on You?
It's just no, because we're gonna have to find a middle ground. But it's like, it's
Okay,
never.
okay.
I don't know. I don't really like the Ben Burgess feature.
Sure. Okay.
I don't think it adds much at all.
It's okay to be wrong.
And I don't know. I just find it kind of
I'll take it off.
one-dimensional.
We're not gonna put it there. But if I was doing this alone, it'd be here. It would be A tier for you guys, just so that you know. Okay, so how about can we? Okay, you know what? In my heart, I know that I like it a lot. Everybody else knows it. I'm willing to put it here.
What, down there?
Well, do you think it's that, or do you?
Oh, I wasn't even
This is
going.
up to you. I'm letting you place this. This is up to you. I think it belongs here, but this is you. This is on you.
Well, no, because it's a joint effort.
I know, but I'm not gonna be happy either way.
If
So-
you,
so
I think
that's where I'm at.
I would. See, I would put it below Wasted on You, but I'm also like, obviously, you are 50% of the input here, so I'm fine if you put
Here,
it.
I'm gonna put it in front of Wasted on You.
I'd be fine if you moved it one more.
I'm just gonna put. It's fine. I'll put it in. I'll keep it where it is because I know I fully realize.
But I'm okay if you put Outlaw above More Surprised Than Me. If you go,
bruh.
If you like that,
Struggling.
I think that's good.
Fine.
So now we've got Neon Eyes, 865, Somebody's Problem, Sand in My Boots. Those are the boot stompers. Does the job. We've got Outlaw, More Surprised Than Me, then Wasted on You, and Warning is the only one in Shitty Ass Country. Now this one's gonna be maybe not divisive. What are you thinking for Whiskeyed My Way?
I think it is the lesser of the two whiskey songs on this.
Very much so. Not very much so, but like yes.
I think it's better than Warning, but I think it kind of belongs here, on the D tier.
These titles are so like, cause like I don't. Maybe we should have just stuck with like.
Yeah, we should have just done letters because
A B C D.
Aren't gonna know.
Because
yeah,
like.
It's fine. We'll just use letters from now on. We thought it was a good idea. It was a bad idea.
But the issue is like to say that it's a Whiskey My Way is not a shitty song, but in the context of Dangerous, you know what? Post editor Overshore, change the titles now. Just go S tier and then A, B, C, D. We will refer to it as that now. Our titles did not work that well, and I'm okay with putting Whiskey My Way as a C tier song.
So viewers going forward, it looks like this red one is going to be S, then orange is A.
It'll be changed for them. They'll see the change.
Yeah, and then B, C, and then D. So we don't have an F tier, but it doesn't really matter. It's the lowest tier.
S, A, B, C, D. And we think Whiskey My Way is a C tier song. I kind of agree. Now this is the first one that I think actually is deserving of a certified Trailerhood Classic.
Really?
Yes, I think this song when I first heard the demo, I was a big fan. Or sorry, no, when he first performed it, I was a big fan. When he played a demo, I was a big fan. When the studio came out, I was a big fan. And it's just grown on me because I never realized how well written, how like poetic the lyrics are. It's funny because like I did my ranking Dangerous video like a year ago now, and I'd be interested to see how much my list has changed from that. But this is one I'm gonna campaign hard for certified Trailerhood Classic. I think it's one of the best songs on this album. What do you think?
I mean, I just don't. It's not that I like this song. It's just not one that I come back like. There's a lot of other songs that I come back to before this one, and quite frankly, I like both Outlaw and More Surprised Than Me than Wondering About the Wind.
Oh, that's a beefy take there.
I'm not saying they're better necessarily. It's just I like those songs more. So I would be willing to compromise like an in between, and put it on the A tier, because I would put it here and you would put it here, right? High A, and like we said.
Do you prefer Neon Eyes or Wondering About the Wind?
I'm indifferent to their placement.
Then I would.
You want Neon Eyes above that?
I would, but I mean, I think my Neon Eyes is like my one-off. Like, I'm the only guy that likes the song that much, which I understand.
No, I really like Neon
but
Eyes.
I think from like an objective standpoint,
Tom really likes Neon Eyes.
Tom does as well. I think from an objective standpoint, Wondering About the Wind is genuinely arguably the best song in the album. But preference-wise, I prefer Neon Eyes, but not to say that Wondering About the Wind isn't incredible. Now this one,
I'm confused. So you think Wondering About the Wind is an S tier, but Neon Eyes is better?
I think Neon Eyes is an S tier, personally.
Preference-wise.
Preference-wise.
Okay, well...
but I was willing to settle because
we might have to shift some of these around. Maybe one will move up to S tier. We'll see.
So
Your Bartender is next.
I think it's a bottom tier Dangerous song.
Yeah.
We can
Let's
both
just
agree on
move
that.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Only thing that's gone, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. It's up here. It's up here for me.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't feeling the same. This song didn't stick. It's the same thing with More Surprised Than Me. It just never stuck with me, and it's like, it just feels like another like.
All the songs that are
I'm
mid
sad.
or lower for you are all the ones that I would have at least at like A tier.
Man,
What are you thinking? Just tell me, like, what's your first instinct?
I-
Where we put this?
I put it in between Whiskey My Way and Warning. That's what I'd be thinking.
Yeah, okay. In the context of the album, sure. But I think
You can bump that up a little bit if you want.
I'm just gonna put it here. I'm just gonna put it here.
You could put it at bottom. Does the job if you'd like. I'd be willing to budge that way
Okay.
if you feel
Done.
passionately enough. Now this one, you think?
I mean, it's just it's
I
too good.
kind of
It's just-
agree.
Like, I know it's a cover. I'm fully aware of that, and I have a lot
Listeners,
of
we are on Cover Me Up now, and Jaron has dragged it straight to Certified Trailerhood Classic.
Yeah, it's just too good.
And I think not only is the song too good, I think Morgan just does too good of a job.
Yeah, Morgan
covering
just,
it.
and I'm not, I do like Isabel's version, but I'm gonna be real. I think Morgan kind of just improves on his version.
I feel the same. Whether that annoys people, I prefer Morgan's version. And honestly, I think for me, it's
and
a
Morgan's
simple.
live version on Chesney Country is honestly perfect. So that would be SS tier. if that
Yeah,
was on.
I like. Yeah. Now this one, you know where I'd put this. You know where
I
I would
already
put
agree.
Seven Summers.
is S tier. Carry on.
Is it? But I would put
What?
Seven Summers above Cover Me Up.
Because
It's original. Because it's original.
Sure. Sorry. I was just dragging it up there. Yeah, I agree with that. Honestly,
Seven Summers, S tier.
just
Absolutely.
because Cover Me Up is a cover. I
Yeah.
think is probably. More Than My Hometown is a kind of a bop. I would call it a boot stomper.
I'd call it a boot stomper as well. I think it's good right there. As an A tier.
Yeah.
A tier, bottom A tier song, More Than My Hometown. Yeah. Our old title was right. It's a boot stomper. Still Going Down. We're now on side B.
I like Still Going Down.
Do you?
I do. I would probably put it bottom of Does the Job.
Okay.
Unless you think it's lower.
For me,
I'd
it's
be willing
like
to do top of the what tier is this? C tier.
you'd put Still Going Down above Whiskeyed My Way.
Yeah, I mean, the Whiskey My Way isn't.
See,
I mean, do you? Okay, middle ground here, in between Warning and Whiskey My Way.
I'll settle
on
for
C
that.
tier?
I'll settle for in between. If it was me doing the list alone, that's the lowest one so far. I would put.
Really?
I'd put it below Your Bartender, but
I really enjoy Still Going Down. I know it's pretty stereotypical and there's nothing. It doesn't really do anything special. I like the sound. I guess maybe
yeah, I
it's the
get
chord.
that. It's just it doesn't hit for me.
I'm
But
gonna
this
be
one
real
does.
With you here. Rednecks, Red Letters, Red Dirt for me is like up here.
I'm going to say the same thing. I think this is like the sleeper because it's kind of like
Kind of torn here because a lot of the songs up here are ones that you really like.
Rednecks,
So I don't
Red
know.
Letters, Red Dirt is like it's kind of sandwiched in between some of the rougher patch of the album, and people. I think people don't talk about this song enough. I think it's about as like good as you can get for like a hometown banger.
Can we put it here? In between 865 and Somebody's Problem on A tier?
I'm good with that. I'm
Okay.
good with that placement there. Now moving on to the title track, Dangerous. I'm going to be honest with you. This might be one of the most underwhelming title tracks I've heard in a while.
Yeah, just the title. Like, it's not a bad song. Like I said, it's it's in the context of the album. I like this song. It's just, I honestly, for the songs that we've talked about, I think it's the worst one. What do you think?
I'd flip
Maybe the
Your
most
Bartender
disappointing.
I'd flip Your Bartender and Dangerous, but that's
Okay,
just
yeah.
me.
Let's just do that. Yeah.
So
Why can I not?
you're having a hard time with this.
Sometimes they don't want to move for me, and so.
All right, Beer Don't. So
Okay,
by the
I'm
way,
gonna be-
Dangerous has gone to bottom tier. Beer Don't. What are we saying?
Okay, so Beer Don't kind of embraces like the rocky
It's
kind
the
of
most
vibe.
Hardy song on the album.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the most Hardy, and I'm pretty sure it's a Hardy cover.
I did not have to be told
Um,
this was a Hardy co-write because this
yeah.
just screams Hardy.
It's not my. This is like mid for me, personally.
See, I'd put it
Well, actually,
below.
no. Honestly, I'd put it below Still Going Down.
That's exactly where I was just gonna put it. Was
Okay,
in between
because I
those
do
two.
like Still Going Down more.
Yeah, so we've got Beer Don't in C tier. Blame It on Me. This
I
is interesting.
Tell me. What do you think?
I would put it on top of Does the Job. I really like this song. I think it's really funny.
That hurts me a lot.
I think it's a funny song. I think it's peppy, it's poppy. I like the energy it brings. I find it funny.
Can we put it at the bottom of Does the Job?
I will let you do that. I will let you do
Okay.
that. In my heart,
I don't hate it.
Yeah, no, it does the job.
It's not that high for me.
It does the job. For me personally, I think it does the job really well, but it still does the job.
Okay.
This one, Something Country is next, and I don't think it does the job.
So for me, it seems like something country is Blame It on Me Something Country is my Blame It on Me. If that makes sense. Like Blame It on Me is the one that does the job for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd be willing to. I will say that I understand that there's nothing special about it. So do you want to put it down here? Here? What are you thinking? Talk to me. We'll see. Because I'm kind of thinking like low here, maybe high here. But if you wanted to put it here,
where would you put it? Where would you put it?
Probably here, in front of Dangerous.
So you put it bottom tier in front of Dangerous?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Like,
okay.
I think I put it a little lower, but I'm also okay to budget that. So Something Country we've put in
as far
D
as
tier.
A banger, I think it's A tier. Unless you think, what do you think?
I'll let you see. I would go
Bottom?
more. I would go more top of B tier, but like, I think this is a. I don't know. It's one of those that just never really stuck with me. I get the sentiment it's going for. I just don't think it's the most compelling. I've never attached to it that much. I've never.
Yeah, you know what? I like that. Let's do top of.
So we put this bar is top of B tier.
Yeah.
And now, country ass shit.
I'm gonna be real with you. I think it's A tier. I'm not kidding.
I
love this song. It grew on me so much. I understand that it's literally like when you first see the title, you're like, "Oh my gosh, what is this song gonna be?" But it's so.
I'm not gonna argue that much. Like.
Bottom. I think it's.
I think it's super silly. It's not the brightest song, but I think it's.
I think it knows what it is.
Yeah,
you know? And it does it really well.
I love the guitar intro as well. I really love the intro.
I love that country ass shit is 2 tiers above the shitty ass country tier.
I am fine with that. So we are going to put country ass shit at the bottom of A tier. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'd like maybe put it a little lower, but at the same time, it's almost one of those guilty pleasures where it's like the more I think about it, it's like
what it is for me.
It's like, nah, this is actually quite a bit of fun.
Well, it's one of those songs that when it comes on, I know all the words, and I love it. Like, but I don't remember that I love it until it comes on. It's like one of those songs. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I get you.
Okay.
So now we're gonna move on to what you think of country now. I'm gonna come out and say it's the worst one so far.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, cool. Moving on. Me on Whiskey.
Me on Whiskey.
This is where
it's around here. Maybe nah. I think it's here. Like somewhere...
I think it's in Boot Stomper or A tier. I think it's in A tier.
I would be inclined to put it on the higher end, but
I would be okay with that.
So how about
I think
Below Neon Eyes?
I think Below Neon Eyes.
Okay,
I think it's like one of the grooviest songs. But I love Neon Eyes, and I've been on it since the beginning. So yeah, I love that song.
Me on Whiskey on A tier.
Me on Whiskey A tier, just below Neon Eyes, the second biggest A tier. Need a Boat.
Need a Boat.
This is okay.
I love the instrumentation on this song, but other than that, it doesn't really do much for me. I don't hate it, but what do you think?
I'm thinking top of B tier. I'd put it above this bar. I think it's a lot of fun.
So many songs above Outlaw and it hurts.
I think it's like his Chattahoochee moment, and I think it's
All right,
really,
Silverado
really
for
fun.
Sale is S tier.
Yes,
Continue.
Silverado for Sale. We can go there. Absolutely. Certified Trailer Hood Classic S tier.
Heartless is, I mean, Heartless is good, but probably top of
I'd do
D?
that.
Yeah, top of D.
Top
Like,
of
it's
bottom
good,
tier.
you know. I think I'm gonna be real with you. These next four are gonna be kind of hard for me to not just kind of put them really high.
I agree for the most part. So we are now
Okay.
on Living the Dream.
So Living the Dream, I'm so very much tempted to put it on S tier for the lyrics alone and just the complete honesty and like raw lyrics. But I do have a problem with the production when it comes to like the blaring horn noise that happens.
I also find it incredibly repetitive. Like the instrumental doesn't really go
Yes.
anywhere. So
how about we like I do like it more than Neon Eyes, actually. But if you like Neon Eyes more, I'm willing to like put it somewhere in the middle, maybe here on the A tier.
I'm just sitting here. It's funny because it's like I put Neon Eyes as one of my favorite country songs of the year, and it's like though I do like, I think it was my most played song of 2021. But I'm like objectively speaking, there are better songs than Neon Eyes. I just love it
For sure, and that's where
that's where it gets tough. That's where especially list week gets tough because it's like
obviously I know that Silverado for Sale and Quit in Time are better songs than Outlaw, but that doesn't.
That's the thing. Is like I think Wondering About the Wind, Silverado. I think they're better than Neon Eyes, but like I could not put Neon Eyes as my representative for Dangerous. But that's getting a little off topic. Living the Dream, I would put it below 865.
Yeah.
That's where I'm feeling. A tier, middle of A tier.
Honestly, I do have issues with the production, but I would probably still put it on S tier if this was just me.
Interesting.
Because I just really like the lyrics a lot, like a lot.
Quit in Time, S tier. Now wait, what order do we want to put these in? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't gonna go that far.
I think Quit in Time is the best song on this album.
If you as long as I think
you're a little Seven Summers boy, aren't you?
This is the thing. I think as long as Quit in Time and Seven Summers are the top two, we can both go to bed happy.
That's true.
So you can pick the order. Which do we want? Quit in Time at number 1 or Seven Summers?
Quit in Time's number 1.
I
love both of them.
And then the other thing I would bring up, I would put Silverado for Sale above Cover Me Up.
Yeah. Sorry. I would agree with that.
I think Silverado for Sale is like incredibly wholesome. I was not expecting it from Morgan, and I think it's a fantastic song. Like when I think of just like, this is gonna sound super vague, but like when I think just straight country music, Silverado for Sale is one of those. It's wholesome, it's genuine, it's a nice story being told, it's personal. I think it's just a great song. So
now
final two.
We have the 2 Target bonus tracks that got added to all streaming services because Target dropped the ball. Do you remember that?
Oh my gosh.
Let's actually talk about that because if you bought the Target version of Dangerous, you got 2 extra tracks on the CD, right? Well, I was one of those people, right? I bought that CD, and guess what? Those tracks just weren't there.
And didn't Target put the album out like 3 days early?
Yes, they started.
How do you mess that up?
Yeah, so Morgan was like, all right, screw you guys.
Then he started leaking it on TikTok. He's like, I want to be the one to leak it.
Yeah, so that's what happened with these songs.
Dang. So this side of a Dust Cloud,
I
really like this one.
I like this side of a Dust Cloud more than Band-Aid on a Bullet Hole.
That's not a hot take at all. At least here, for me.
Between us two, it's
not a hot take.
All right, so I'm leaning around somewhere here.
I'm thinking the same direction. Do we want to put it above 865 or below 865?
I would like to do it above.
I'm okay with that. I think it's a really cool idea. Like
I think Band-Aid of a Bullet Hole is just discount. Oh wait, sorry. We just put This Side of a Dust Cloud on A tier, just to clarify.
the like top half of A tier.
Yeah, it's just below. It's number 4 on A tier.
So
I think Band-Aid on a Bullet Hole, like I was saying, is discount Sand in My Boots. Just because it's just like the vibes I get from it. It's not like not even lyrics.
I don't.
Just how it sounds.
I actively don't like the production on this song.
Okay.
I can deal with like, I can deal with
So how low
pop
do you think
country.
this is?
I like when it's done well, pop country, but this song I just straight up have an issue with like the mixing. I think it's really bloated in the mix. The claps and kicks just
that's interesting because I don't have that issue at all. I just don't think it's.
I think it feels choppy. It honestly feels like a demo to me. I think had the production been better, I think you're looking at an A tier song. But genuinely, like I have almost abstained from this song because just the production bugs me a lot.
Okay,
so
well then
I'd be tempted to go bottom of C tier, right below Warning. Now might be a hot take, but I just can't deal with the production. I'm sorry.
because I don't feel very passionately about this one, I'm just gonna agree with you because
it's similar to the Walker Hayes song, the new one, in the way that New Music Friday won't be out yet, so you're getting a little exclusive, like ooh. But I feel the same way. Like, wow, the difference is like I think Band-Aid on a Bullet Hole had the potential to be good. Walker Hayes' new song, Drinking Songs, didn't have the potential to be good, and it was just like I listened to it and it's just jarring. It's like wow, this is really poorly put together.
All right. So before we solidify this,
any last changes?
Any shifting?
I mean, I know what I would want to do on a few of these. I would switch Only Thing That's Gone and Blame It on Me.
Yeah. Okay, wait, hold up. So,
but that's just me.
Only Thing That's Gone and Blame. Okay. Okay. Is there any other moves that you're interested in? I'll do that. I just did it. So. What's another?
You know what? As a joint list between two people, I think this is looking pretty good.
Okay.
So, are we gonna lock it in, or do you have what changes do you want to make?
Do you think I could maybe just?
I will let you.
Okay. Let me have this.
Outlaw has been moved up. So, our list is solidified. This is our dangerous tier list. We tried to come to terms with each other. No, I saw that. You ain't moving Outlaw to S tier. Bring it back. This is our final tier list. I will now read it out for y'all because, like, listeners. Also, listeners, let us know. Does this work? Like, is that enjoyable to listen to, or is it not all that without the video? Because, like, if it works, we'd love to do more like these.
Yeah, this is a little bit of an experiment. If this was lame and boring, just tell us.
And we won't do these again on podcasts. We might do them as, like, actual videos, but we won't include them in podcasts.
That would be fun, I think.
It would. But let us know what you thought of it audio-wise, if you enjoyed it, if you were able to follow. If you think it can be good, we just need to be more direct with our speech. Let us know. But from bottom, should we go top to bottom or bottom to top?
Definitely bottom to top.
All right, so we're going from worst to best. In D tier, from worst, we have What You Think of Country Now at the bottom. Your Bartender. Then Dangerous, Something Country, and Heartless was the top D tier song. Mm-hmm. Moving on to C tier, at the bottom we had Band-Aid on a Bullet Hole, into Warning, then Beer Don't, still going down, and Whiskey My Way. Whiskey My Way was the top of C tier. Does the Job, or B tier. These are our mid songs that, like, they're there. We don't mind them. Starting at the bottom, we go Only Thing That's Gone, featuring Chris Stapleton. Blame It on Me. Wasted on You. Then More Surprised Than Me. This Bar. Need a Boat. And then Jaron's Baby, Outlaw. That is B tier.
Be honest with me. Where would you put Outlaw if you were doing this? Be honest.
C tier.
Break my heart.
C tier.
You wouldn't put it in D tier? You're not lying to
No,
me,
no,
are
no,
you?
no, 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 no. I put it in C tier.
Okay. Continue. I just had to.
Moving on to A tier. Now we're getting into the really good ones. Going from bottom to top of A tier, it goes country ass shit. More than my hometown. Sand in my boots. Somebody's problem. Rednecks, red letters, red dirt. Living the dream. 865. This side of a dust cloud. Wondering about the wind. Me on whiskey. And then Neon Eyes caps out the A tier. And then we had 4 songs as S tier. The certified trailerhood classics, the highlights of Dangerous. From number 4, we had Cover Me Up. Number 3 was Silverado for Sale. Number 2 was 7 Summers. And the number 1 song on our tier list was Quittin' Time. Let us know what you thought of this tier list. Did we do good? It's obviously tough when, like, you know, there's multiple people. Jaron's continuing to just drag out a lot of S tier. But yeah, with that, I think we can begin wrapping up this episode of the podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let us know, as always, your thoughts on anything we discussed in this video. Jaron, do you have any thoughts you want to add?
No, just let us know, because I think we're interested in doing more stuff like this. But if we need to, we can do it in a video, like just like a
Yeah,
video
just a
format.
video format.
No, not podcast at all. But if the podcast listeners like it,
we are more than down to
DM
continue
us
these.
or let us know on Discord, or comment, get on YouTube and just comment and be like, hey, I'm an audio listener and it was kind of boring. So just let us know.
Yeah, we are open to feedback. And with that, we're going to close this one off. Thank you for listening. As always, we made it to the end. You are the best of the best. And we will see y'all in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
Sayonara, ladies and gents.
Adios.